welcome back to another edition of Homemade. And today we are going to be baking some twice baked Italian potatoes. You all, this recipe is so simple, but it is so good. Now, as you can see, I've already washed, scrubbed, and dried my potatoes. You'll notice I have my spoon, I have my knife, and I have my cutting board. So we're going to slice each potato down the middle, and we're going to use our spoon to scoop out the inside, and that inside is going to be our filling. So let's go ahead and get started. You want to take the potato and you want to cut it as evenly down the middle as you possibly can. So what we'll do is we'll just take this one and again, I've already washed and dried my potatoes. You do want to make sure that you dry them. Insert your spoon and you'll just go around in a circle until you scooped out enough of your potato. So I like how much is out of that one, and that's how it should look. You should just have a hollow inside. So we'll do this one, and it doesn't take long to scoop out the inside. Again, you just have to be careful that you're not scooping too far. Again, we're going to just take the insides of these, put them in some boiling water, let them get really soft as if we were making mashed potatoes, drain the water off of them, and we are going to let them cool for a second before we actually start to put in our ingredients. Our potato halves. We're just going to take some non-stick cooking spray, and I like to spray the insides of them as well as the outsides because we're going to season the outside. And all I'm going to use for seasoning for my skins is just some salt and pepper. And there's no exact measurement for this. It's just kind of salt to taste. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the oven on 375 degrees. I'm going to let them cook for 15 to 20 minutes just until my potatoes start to get a little soft. And after they've been in for about 15 or 20 minutes, I'm going to take them out and I'm going to sit them aside, let them cool a little bit, and then we'll start applying the stuffing in them, put them back into the oven to bake another 15 minutes, and hence the phrase twice baked potatoes. We've boiled our potatoes, and remember we said that we're going to basically have a mashed potato consistency for our filling. So as you can see, they are still steaming hot. Now, if you wait a little bit and they cool off, it's totally fine, but ours are still hot. I've taken my potato skins or my shells out of the oven and they are cooling. I do want them to cool for a few minutes before I actually put the filling into them. I do have 1/2 cup of mozzarella and 1/2 cup of sharp. Now, if you're doing more potatoes, of course, you'll need more cheese. In this bowl, I do have 1/2 cup of sour cream. The sour cream can be omitted if you don't want it. We're going to put salt, garlic powder. We're going to put our Italian season and black pepper. So we're going to put in margarine in this particular recipe. If you do want to use butter, that is perfectly fine. We're only going to use 4 tablespoons, so that will be half of your margarine. We're going to put in 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. We're going to put in 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, not garlic salt. We're also going to put in 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Now, I'm just going to use my masher and just get in there and kind of get these spices and our potatoes mixed in before I add in my cheese and my sour cream. We'll go ahead and add in our cheese. And we'll go ahead and add in our sour cream. And we're just going to make sure that that's incorporated really well. I am going to start filling my potato skins. You'll just take your spoon and you want to start at the top and just kind of work your way down your potato. And you want enough filling in there. It is going to spill out of it. You're going to do that for all of your potato skins. That each one is filled. Now, our second bake for these potatoes, you all, it doesn't take long because everything is already done. So what we're going to do, I just like to take a little bit of my cheese and mix them together. I like to mix my mozzarella and my sharp together. Now you're just going to put the cheese on top of each potato. And I like to mash mine down just to make sure that the cheese does stay in place, that it's not just falling everywhere off of your potato. So we're going to put these in the oven, let them cook still on 375 for about 10 minutes. Take them out, let them cool for a second, and they will be ready to eat. Our twice baked Italian potatoes are out of the oven. They have cooled. So we are about to test one of these. And you all, the smell, and you know I always say it, the smell of these potatoes are so amazing. Go ahead and get one of these. And if you can see that cheese is melted, and that's why I like putting that cheese, that extra cheese on the top, I'm going to go ahead, take my fork and cut into it. And they are really tender. And you see that cheese just dripping. You all, this is it. This is it. So you can taste the Italian flavor. You can taste the garlic. It's not too salty. It is just right. You have to try this recipe. And I know I didn't say it earlier, but if you want to keep seeing easy homemade recipes like these, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our posts. As I always say, cooking is as easy or as hard as you make it. If you don't succeed the first time, don't give up. Just keep trying. Again, keep it simple, be yourself, and I promise you, life will be so much easier if you do. So, thank you for joining me for another episode of Homemade. And until next time, be great.